Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei has died days after being doused in petrol and set on fire by a former boyfriend. The 33-year-old Ugandan marathon runner, who competed in the recent Paris Olympics, had suffered extensive burns after Sunday's attack. The authorities in northwest Kenya, where Cheptegei lived and trained, said she was targeted after returning home from church with her two daughters. Her father, Joseph Cheptegei, said that he had lost a very supportive daughter. Fellow Ugandan athlete James Kirwa told the BBC about her generosity and how she had helped out other runners financially. A report filed by a local administrator alleged the athlete and her ex-partner had been wrangling over a piece of land. Police say an investigation is underway. Cheptegei, from a region just across the border in Uganda, is said to have bought a plot in Trans Nzoia County and built a house to be near Kenya's elite athletics training centers. Attacks on women have become a major concern in Kenya. In 2022, at least 34% of women said they had experienced physical violence, according to a national survey. This tragedy is a stark reminder of the urgent need to combat gender-based violence, which has increasingly affected even elite sports, Kenya's sports minister Kipchumba Murkomen said. Different organizations within the UN have also spoken out on the issue. We join the UN Population Fund and UN Women in strongly condemning Cheptegei's violent murder. Spokesperson for the UN Secretary-General Stefan Dujarric is quoted by the AFP news agency as saying, speaking to journalists outside the hospital where she had been treated, Mr. Cheptegei asked the Kenyan government to ensure justice was done after the death of his daughter. We have lost our breadwinner, he added, and wondered how her two young children would proceed with their education. Dr. Kamani Bogawa, a consultant at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, told local media that the staff did all they could for her, but the athlete had a severe percentage of burns, which unfortunately led to multi-organ failure, which ultimately led to her passing this morning at 2:30 Greenwich Mean Time. Kirwa, who often trained with Cheptegei and had visited her in hospital, told the BBC she was a very affable person. She helped us all even financially, and she brought me training shoes when she came back from the Olympics. She was like an older sister to me. Uganda's Athletics Federation said in a post on X, "We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of our athlete, Rebecca Cheptegei, early this morning, who tragically fell victim to domestic violence. As a federation, we condemn such acts and call for justice. May her soul rest in peace." This is heartbreaking. Even more heartbreaking that it's not the first time the athletics community has lost such an incredible female athlete to domestic violence. British Olympian runner Eilish McColgan wrote on X. Cheptegei's former boyfriend was also admitted to the hospital in Eldoret, but with less severe burns. He is still in intensive care, but his condition was improving and stable, Moi Hospital's Dr. Owen Minnick said. Earlier, local police chief Jeremiah Olkozium was quoted by local media as saying, the couple were heard quarreling outside their house. During the altercation, the boyfriend was seen pouring a liquid on the woman before burning her. This was a cowardly and senseless act that has led to the loss of a great athlete. Her legacy will continue to endure. The head of Uganda's Olympic Committee, Donald Rakeri, said on X. Talking to reporters earlier in the week, her father said that he prayed for justice for my daughter, adding that he had never seen such an inhumane act in his life. Uganda's sports minister Peter Ogwang said arrangements were being made to transport Cheptegei's body back to Uganda for burial. We mourn with the family as a country, he told the BBC World Service's NewsHour program. He added that Cheptegei had wanted to talk to him when they were at the Olympics together. She said she had a family problem. Cheptegei finished 44th in the marathon at the recent Paris Olympics. She also won gold at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championships in Chiang Mai, Thailand, in 2022. Her death comes after the killings of fellow East African athletes Agnes Tirop in 2021 and Damaris Mutua the following year, with their partners identified as the main suspects in both cases by the authorities. Tirop's husband is currently facing murder charges, which he denies, while a hunt for Mutua's boyfriend continues. Today has been a sad moment for me. It has been a sad moment for athletes because it really reminded us of the day that Agnes was murdered, Kenyan athlete Joan Chalimo told the BBC. She is involved in Tirop's Angels, an organization she said was set up as a wake-up call after Tirop's murder to address gender-based violence. We say we need to unite together as athletes and just try to raise awareness, create a place where women can just come and speak up, but it is still on the rise. Cheptegei's friend Milka Chewa, a Kenyan athlete who with her in Paris, echoed these feelings. I can say we are still in shock, and we are in pain, especially as athletes, and this thing happening in Kenya, she told the Reuters news agency. We remember the case of Agnes Tirop, now it has come to Rebecca, so we are not happy.